What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are having an amazing Wednesday. So as promised, I told you guys I would bring you updates on the Jonathan Majors trial, and the judge has just released the evidence, the case evidence, and the pictures are coming out, the text messages are coming out, and now we have the voice recording. So I'm going to let you guys hear. This is the voice recording where he brought up Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama talking to his now ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabbari. So let's go ahead and listen to it, and then I will give a little bit of commentary. And of course, I want to hear your comments in the section below. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
Right now, period. This is actually, period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really know this? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is going to be out of commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't.
No, do you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama, Barack Obama's wife.
I know, I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
Let me just lay it out for you, right? I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my trauma, all that said, right? And I'm not saying I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I've worked, and that's the situation. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately. Last night, 2 nights ago, you did not do that. You did not do that.
I'm sorry.
Which took away from the plan. And the plan is everything. If it was just you in the house drunk, maybe I could have swallowed it. Or I would have felt bold enough like, oh, babe, let's just go to bed. Which I said, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not hungry, blah, blah, blah. Because Grace isn't here. Why? She was drunk. Why else? She was clogged by whatever was going on. You know what I mean? Fine. I can take that. Fine. What are we doing right now?
Okay, so that was the voice recording from Jonathan Majors, and he was really upset that Grace, his ex-girlfriend, came home drunk, comparing her again to Coretta Scott King, who she may not have known who Coretta Scott King was because she's not an American. I believe she's from the UK. And also talking about, he needs a woman like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King. For him to tell her that is just, it blows my mind again, because she's the opposite of what the woman that he says that he needs on his arm. One thing I noticed during that recording is the fact that he was talking about, his temper, and TMZ just released the footage that, they're arguing, tussling in the car. And then he essentially takes off running, and she's like chasing after him down some New York City streets, almost to the point where she runs into traffic and almost gets hit by this white SUV. And so then she ends up meeting up with people, and she's crying. Like, the whole situation is just extremely toxic. And to be honest, I feel like after, the judge has decided to release the evidence, the court of public opinion, whatever the judge and the jury decide, I feel like the court of public opinion is going to do its thing, because this situation, there's no reason why you should be putting your hands on anybody, period. It doesn't matter if someone has, and I'm talking about male, female, whoever, right? If you see your partner and they're getting text messages from someone else, then obviously that's not the person for you. If somebody is running away from you because Grace is like chasing him down the street, obviously that's not the person for you. You know what I mean? There's 8 billion people in this world. And there's no reason why Jonathan Majors should be putting his hands on Grace, period. There's no reason why she should be, scratching and reaching and trying to grab a phone out of his hand, period. I don't know. I've never been that type of person in relationships. Like, he yanks her arm and then he pushes her away and then he's running down the street. Why are you yanking her arm, sir? Why are you pushing her? And why are you chasing after this man down the New York City streets? And she runs into traffic and essentially almost gets hit and almost loses her life, chasing after, and literally, like, she's chasing him down the street. This whole situation is just extremely toxic. You can't date someone from overseas, a European woman, a blonde hair, blue-eyed European woman who's young, who still wants to go out and party and drink with and have, a good time with her friends. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you can't do that and expect her to be a civil rights leader, because that's essentially what Coretta Scott King was. And you're comparing yourself to Martin Luther King, which, sir, you are not by a long shot, okay? Then comparing yourself to Barack Obama, who I could never see Michelle Obama chasing after anybody, not even Barack. I could never see Barack putting his hands on anybody. And essentially during that recording, that voice recording, he was saying, well, even though I have a temper, then you need to work on that. You need to get some help. You need to go to anger management classes. You need to go to therapy. You need to unpack the reason why you have a temper and why you feel the need to put your hands on people. People who have spoken up that went to school with you at Yale University in the drama department said that you had an extremely, bad temper. Why are you having a temper at a university? Those are some of the best years of your life. I had such fun when I was in college and during my time, both undergraduate and graduate school. You're young, you're in your 20s, you're having a good time. What is there to be angry about? Now, I do know some guys that I went to school with. I mean, most people do, right? That we went to college and universities with, that do have tempers, that are, violent toward their partners and things like that. And it's horrific, and they need to seek help. Because anytime you feel like you need to put your hands on somebody, that's a you problem. If your life is not in imminent danger, if you're not defending yourself against an attack, that's a you problem. There's an issue there. There's a problem there. His valuation of himself, he has a really inflated ego, and you can't compare yourself to Barack and Martin Luther King. You know what they had in common? They were both Nobel Peace Prize winners. Sir, you are an actor. You know what an actor does? An actor pretends to be somebody. They memorize lines that somebody else has written, right? You don't even write them. Barack and Dr. Martin Luther King, President Barack Obama, right? And Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, they are writers, both of them, authors, okay? Nobel Peace Prize winners, civil rights leaders, like prominent figures in American history. And not to diminish actors, I'm not trying to be a hater, right? Because actors bring a lot of joy to a lot of people, but it's not even close. And this whole situation is just, it's really sad. And his lawyer, by the way, to be honest, her track record, if you guys look it up, her track record, she represented Jen Shaw, who's serving time right now, if you guys remember her from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But a lot of her clients have gone to jail. A lot of them, y'all. She has the track record of the lawyer that Drewski was portraying on social media, okay? Like, she's that type of, like, I got good news and bad news for you. The good news is your check cleared. The bad news is they gave you life. Like, she's that type. She is that type of attorney. His lawyer, her record is dismal. It's not looking good. Okay. Again, you are, for him to say he's such a great man, and for him to have gone to an Ivy League university, one would think that he would be smart enough to know that him dating a European woman, comparing her to some of the most prominent figures in our history. She's not even American, so it doesn't even compare. Not even the racial aspect is off the charts, right? 3, you're huge in comparison to her. If you can look at that left picture, and the justice system is not going to favor you when it comes to violence toward women, especially European women. All those factors taken into consideration, and the fact that you are a celebrity, and a lot of times judges and juries will try to make examples out of celebrities just, as a deterrent. Look at British Williams and her fraud case. I'll bring you guys an update on that as well, because she went to Carlos King and to tell her story. But that was it wasn't smart all across the board. So I just want you guys to hear that voice recording and bring you guys an update. But I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments section your thoughts. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are in a toxic relationship, please do some self-reflection and inventory, because chasing people down a New York City street, almost getting hit by an SUV in New York, nobody is worth that. I don't care how rich, I don't care how famous, I don't care how good looking they are, I don't care what it is. Your life matters more than, any kind of toxic relationship. And for anybody, male, women, it doesn't matter. Don't put your hands on anybody, period. That's it's not only illegal, but it's self-destructive. But yeah, please be sure to do me a favor, like the video, subscribe if you haven't done so already, drop down in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys, and I will bring you another update when I get this opportunity. Take care, guys. Bye.